Okay, so yesterday I was made aware for the first time. Well, actually, let's back up. So Monday I had a meeting with the district attorney. It seemed like it went very well. They had concerns as far as discovery, securing the evidence, and then also entrapment issues. There is another catcher inside the state. I don't know who it was, but he did a catch in a completely different county. And the chat logs, they initiated sexual conversation with the child predator, which can be viewed as entrapment from the district attorney's standpoint. And so those chat logs, along with one of my groups of chat logs in Pitt County, were submitted to the SBI for review to see if they were credible chat logs, basically, or if they could prosecute on them. The SBI came back to the DA and basically said, hey, one of these was fine, one of them wasn't, because they initiated sexual conversations. So the DA came back. We met on Monday. Not the main DA, the ADA. So they weren't, the district attorney wasn't sure which chat logs were good and which ones weren't, if they were mine or somebody else's. But when she brought it up to me, I told her, I was like, well, you can go back and read all the chat logs I submitted for these cases, and I can tell you I didn't initiate any sexual conversation in any of these messages, so clearly it wasn't me. And the other county that they were submitted from, I never have done a catch there, so those definitely weren't me. So after addressing those concerns, I went on a whole list of things that I do when I decoy. I told them about how I don't initiate conversations. I wait for the predators to hit me up first. I tell them I age drop rather quickly. I tell them that if the preds don't block or report me and they continue talking, I'll talk to them until they get sexual. When they get sexual, I try and change the subject. I don't really engage with them when they get sexual either. And then I also showed them where I don't initiate meetups. That's kind of something that, the predators have to come up with on their own. They have the predators' phones. They have access to each and every single device. They have full discovery, everything they need to prosecute these cases. So yesterday I was made aware that there was still issue with discovery. They're worried about the evidence or whatever. And then they're also worried about me putting these videos up on YouTube if I'm acting as an agent of law enforcement. I never asked to act as an agent of law enforcement. I'm filing criminal complaints that the police are investigating on their own. I'm not helping with a police investigation. But anyways, so I was like, okay, that's fine. We'll just do what we're going to do in Atlantic City, New Jersey when I go back there. I'll just get a bunch of burner phones, or the police can provide me with burner phones. I'll decoy on them after the catch. I'll turn over the phone. You guys can keep it. So I was willing to comply with literally every single concern that they had. I am literally trying to play ball with these guys to try and make them prosecuting these cases a lot easier. I already don't really make money off of YouTube, but I also told them for the videos I do upload, I will turn monetizations off for those videos, so I do not receive a single penny from any of the videos uploaded that are edited. Today's topic of discussion is, am I a credible witness? Because this has only happened one other time where a DA looked at my criminal history and saw that I drove without a driver's license a bunch of times and got habitualized, 11 years ago? Here's my driver's license. I have one. I've had one in good standing for years now. No traffic tickets or anything like that. It's right here. So what's the problem? So what? Because I drove a vehicle a bunch of times, you think the jury's going to care about that when they're being told the story of a case where an individual showed up to meet a minor for sex? You actually think that a jury is going to care? If it even goes to trial. I have 130 cases, and I have not yet once had to go to trial. All of my convictions up to this point have been plea deals. The likelihood that they are going to plea out to these charges is way higher than a jury giving a flying fuck that I didn't have a driver's license back when I was fucking 18, or I'm sorry, when I was 19, 20, and 21. Okay. So that is now, so they told Aiden Police Department to cease doing catches with me because I have a credibility, they called it credibility issues. What credibility issues come from charges that have absolutely nothing to do with the heinous crimes that these individuals are coming out to do to your kids and your community? Okay. Once again, politics getting in the way because they're worried. Oh, my reputation. This isn't going to look good on the next election or whatever it is. Obviously, they care more about me and my past driving charges and all that BS than they do the crimes that these individuals are actually committing. And tell you what you can and can't do. But I'm not gonna have an actual dialogue or conversation with you about it. There is nothing wrong with me going there and getting confessions from these guys and getting them to show up to meet a kid and exposing them and putting them here on this channel for the community to see how big of a problem it is. If they don't want to charge it, then that is on them. You as a community, all the people that live in Pitt County can turn and look at your DA when they don't press charges and ask them, why aren't you charging? Oh, because this guy didn't have a driver's license and drove a bunch of times years ago. So now my kid has to be at fucking risk. Or what about all the victims that their attacker or the predator that got them they never got justice for those crimes? Try telling them, because I didn't have driver's licenses back in the past and I got charged a bunch of times for it, that you're not going to fucking charge those cases. And, you know, if anything, what I'm doing is my way of trying to give back to a community I don't even live in. So you're fucking welcome, Pitt County. You're welcome. I don't hang out and watch movies all night. You know, I go and sit in my car for hours and decoy and try and catch pedophiles on my free time. That's what I do. So the DA needs to reconsider their actions of the last 2 days and decide where they're going to stand on this, and then contact me and let me know, because otherwise I'm going to let the community know for them where they stand. Because right now actions speak louder than words. I mean, I'm willing to have another meeting with them and go over whatever concerns it is that they have, address their concerns, show them how it hasn't affected past cases. I have proof that it hasn't affected past cases or ever come up as an issue before with charging these people. So, but I'm just not going to go out and decoy for catches. I'm not going to go out and do anything. I'm going to take some time for myself, and because at this point, it's like it's almost not even worth the stress and aggravation. And then when I feel back up to it again, I'll go to Pitt County and I'll freaking expose 2-3 of these guys per night. The reason I narrowed it down to maybe one a day was to give the police departments time to work on each case that I bring to them. I could have gotten 2 or 3 predators a couple of the nights we've done catches out there. And, you know, I held back from decoying and conversing with the predators so it didn't lead to another catch on the same day. But I can go out there by myself and knock out 2 or 3 of these a night, post them on YouTube, share them on every single group page on Facebook in Pitt County so everybody in the community sees them, and then they can see their DA's not doing anything about it. So, oh my gosh, it is Dixon. Dixon, what are you doing on news channel ABC 12? SBI investigating former ADA over court case dismissals? A former Pitt County Assistant District Attorney is under investigation by the SBI over numerous court cases that he dismissed. Pitt County District Attorney Kimberly Robb said she requested the SBI to investigate Ferris Dixon, who was Pitt County's assistant district attorney until May 14th. Ferris is also a current candidate for district court judge after winning the primary on May 6th. News Channel 12 looked into court records and learned that the SBI is investigating dozens of cases that Dixon had dismissed. Rob confirmed she was asked by Green Police's Code Enforcement Division on May 12th about a dismissed case involving. Wait a fucking minute here. What the fuck? What the hell? He's dropping charges on people for the same thing they have a problem with me having on my past criminal history. How's that make sense? Let's give him a call. Oh wow, that's loud. Hey, my name's Cameron. I had some questions in regards to a article you guys posted back in 2014. I'm just doing some research. Also, too, I have some more information on this individual who's running for district attorney in Pitt County that I'd like to forward to somebody at the news station as well.
Yeah, best way to do that, I'll give you our email address.
Okay. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to forward all this information to the right people. And I don't know if, it needs to be discussed. It needs to be public information because things need to change. We're activists. We are the voices for thousands of kids out there, okay? Most places don't take these cases that serious, which is a problem. So therefore, it is left to us to be a voice and a pillar for people that do not have a voice. If the DA thinks that my credibility issues are going to keep him from prosecuting more cases, that's fine. I'm going to keep catching child predators, whether they like it or not. And no, at the end of the day, it's just going to make them not look very good if they're not prosecuting winnable cases.